Honestly, if truth be told, I wasn't in a healthy place. I was in a very, performance driven place of, what we call Christianity,
Come
where
on.
you just know how to serve,
Come
but
on.
you forget the fact that you're a disciple.
Come on.
You know what I mean? You're just like on this constant working machine where you're just
Yeah.
going, 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 and nobody stops and says, wait a minute, the eye of your soul is unclean. Like,
Mhm.
what's happening in there?
Mhm.
And so I knew people, if I knew that if people ever saw me working,
Yeah.
I was good.
Mhm.
I was good. If I could serve, make sure things were there on time, make sure all this stuff was done, I was good. But you were the first person that stopped me and said, wait a minute, before you do anything, I want to actually deal with
This
this.
is why, like, even to this day,
Yeah.
when I walk through our offices, I'll walk up to any one of our staffers. We might have like maybe 50 people on staff,
Yeah.
right? I don't know all of them personally.
Yeah. Yeah.
But this is why, like, even to this day, I will walk up to a staffer and just say, how you doing?
Mm.
They say, oh, bless God, I'm doing good. No, that's not what I'm asking you.
Mm.
How are you doing?
Mm.
I'll take time to I'll just listen.
Mm.
I just want to know.
Yeah.
And sometimes they're really doing good.
Yeah. Yeah.
Other times they're not.
Mm.
And they'll cry out in that moment.
Wow.
And I'll listen, I'll respond, and I'll say, okay, let's see if we can get you the help that you need.
Wow.
Right?
Yeah.
Because I would rather do that on the front side
Yes, sir.
than be dealing with, I would rather do the preventative work
Yeah.
than be dealing with trying to clean up a lot of things on the backside.
Yes, sir.
You know what I'm saying?
Yes, sir.
So although I believed in you as a man in terms of where we are today,
Yeah.
right, when you are right around the corner from planting Gospel City,
Yeah.
I just want to know that your soul was in a good place.
Yes, sir.
And men, we camouflage things well.
We do.
This is a whole. We don't even have time to talk about all this.
Yeah.
But a lot of men are awful at just saying, "This is how I really feel."
Yeah.
We live in a society where men are almost forced to not have feelings,
Yes, sir.
not cry,
Yep.
not be vulnerable.
Yep.
Our society almost make that feel like this is weakness.
Yes, sir.
Which I think is a trick of the enemy.
Yeah.
Right. So you have a lot of men. Either men probably watching this right now.
Yeah.
Husbands.
Yeah.
Fathers.
Yep.
Going to work.
Yes.
Crying on the way to work. Crying on the way home. Got to walk into the house. Wipe their eye.
Yeah.
Who's talking to them?
Right.
What outlets do they have?
Yeah.
They got to be macho for who? Right.
Yeah.
Where they're gonna, divest all of that that's going on.
Yeah.
Right. And so I didn't want anything pent up inside of you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
that's why I've always created a safe space for you to just tell me.
Yeah.
If it's marital, if it's something inside you, whatever the case may be, I want you to have a safe space to be able to do that.
Yeah.
Because I don't want you pastoring and being unhealthy.
Yes, sir.
Right. So this is like, for example, everything surrounding pastoral ministry now is all about growth.
It is.
That's not me.
Yes. No, It's not.
Right. I'm not as concerned about numbers and growth.
Yeah.
I'm more concerned about health.
Yeah.
Right. I'm more concerned about pastoral health. That's why my approach to pouring into pastors is more about health. You want to talk about growth and numbers and all these things. Some of these things are sovereign that we can't control.
Right. Right.
So that's why I tried to stay away from that side of the fence.
Yeah. Let's
talk about health.
Yeah.
Let's talk about your personal life.
Yeah.
Let's talk about purity. Let's talk about holiness. Let's talk about your marriage. Let's talk about. So for me, I just want to know where you was in terms of health.
Yeah.
And because I did not know, just sit there.
Yeah.
Right. And ever since then, I try to create a safe space for me. Like, Mark Quivers, you can ask me anything.
Yeah.
You could talk to me about anything. I said this to you one day. I will not judge you.
Yeah.
I will not condemn you. I will not make you feel ashamed or embarrassed.
Yeah.
I want you to know that no matter what was going on, and you and I have had some conversations about some very real things.
Yes, sir.
Right?
Yes, sir.
Some very real things that most men can't find a place to go confess some of these things. Right?
Yeah.
Some real things. And so I just want to make sure that you knew from the very beginning, beyond your role as a budding senior pastor of sorts, lead pastor.
Yeah.
Let's make sure your soul is in the right place.
Yeah.
And I thought that was more important.
Yes, sir.
Right?
No,
and you'll do that for the man that you help or the men that you help.
Yes, sir.
You'll never forget that.
Never. Actually, I tell that story all the time.
Right. And you get to pay that forward.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, for sure.
Mm-hmm.
I love that. So as we're like journeying on, so, the church continues to grow.
Mm-hmm.
We, continue to progress through. And I find myself going through different things that just happen organically over the span of me being there. One of my friend's mom passed away. And, just dealing. And I was in the room.
Yeah.
Like, it was difficult. I'd never been in the room before. And I remember just like you saying, like, I want you to experience that pastoral, like, heart, like having that pastoral heart.
Yeah.
One particular time, I don't know if you remember this, we were at outreach, and I've probably been here for maybe about a year. We had outreach, and you had led that outreach that day. And
I led all the outreach.
Yeah, you led all the. Yeah, you did.
People need to know I paid my dues.
Yes.
They don't know that, man.
They have no
They don't
idea.
know I paid my dues
They
in
have
these
no
streets.
idea. You did.
I
You
paid
did.
my dues in these
So
streets,
we go to
man.
the homeless shelter that day.
I
We go to the homeless shelter.
Yeah.
We're leading the team. We're praying in, and after we get done, we this is a homeless shelter. We go back to the car. I have no shoes on at this point because I gave my shoes away.
I told everybody to give away their shoes.
Yes.
Yeah.
So we're like, we're
A lot
no
of us are
shoes on.
barefoot.
We got socks on.
Yep.
We get to the car.
You remember that?
I remember.
I made everybody give away their shoes.
Yes.
We see anybody out here with no shoes, take the shoes off your feet
and give them.
And give it to them.
I'm giving them.
You remember that?
I remember that. So we get to the car.
Yeah.
And when we get to the car, I'm sitting in the back seat, and you were talking about church planning, and you asked me one question. You said, "What did you learn today, Marquavius?" So I said, I gave you the church planning answer. I said, so sir, it was great delegation. You led well, you inspired the team. They were motivated, and you start crying. This is the first time I've ever seen this. So I'm like, wait a minute, like, what did I say? Like, did I say something bad? Like, what's happening here? And so it was one of the greatest moments because I literally choke up every time I talk about it, because I tell people all the time, you paused and said, I want you to learn the greatest lesson today. And that greatest lesson was, I never want you to see people as a means to an end.
Facts.
I want you to see people that you are offering them an opportunity to be a partner in the spread of the gospel.
Yes.
Like, could you talk about how important that is as a church planter?
That day you and I talked in that car is very important.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
And I want you, it's important because I felt that day what I was trying to do is sow a seed in you that will last the rest of your life.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yeah.
This part is difficult. Right? We're in the West.
Yeah. Yeah.
We're in pastoral ministry.
Yeah.
And in the West and in pastoral ministry, people are just numbers and pawns for pastors to build their kingdom.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm almost about to cry saying this, right? Like this is the truth.
Unfortunately.
I've been a pawn for other people.
Jesus.
And this is American Christianity. It's people are just numbers and pawns for ambitious men to build their platforms. I hate that.
Yeah. Yeah.
Right. I hate that. Right. So I never want that to be in you.
Yeah. Yeah.
I never want you to see the people around you as a means to an end.
Yeah.
I feel that is ungodly.
Yeah.
It is uncaring.
Yeah.
And over a period of time, it'll make your heart very cold and very numb to people.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I never want that to happen to you.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
To the degree that even the people that follow you on social media, like, for example, I'll tell our whole creative team, y'all see all these numbers on YouTube. 1 point this million people on YouTube, 1 point this million people on Instagram. Y'all see all these numbers. And I'll tell them, slow down. Every number represents a life. So when y'all are doing y'all work or you're sitting behind a camera, these are human beings.
That's it.
We're dealing with.
Yeah.
These are not just numbers on somebody's feed. And I'll tell them, slow down. These are human beings.
Yeah.
That's why I tell my staff, in our staff culture, we share testimonies all the time.
Yes, sir.
People send us emails and DMs. I said, slow down, read those.
Yeah.
Share them amongst the staff.
Yeah.
I want you to see how this person you see as a number, this is a real life that has been impacted by something in the ministry.
Yeah.
Right? And so that day we went out and did that outreach. I didn't want you to just see that we went out there and did work.
Yeah.
No, these are real human beings who have real lives, real stories.
Yeah.
Remember, I don't know if you remember when I did the Forgotten Man.
Yeah.
When I weaved together the story of like maybe 15 or 20 homeless people, and I put it in that narrative, that
Yes,
YouTube
sir.
video, The
Yeah, I remember
Forgotten
that.
Man.
Yes, sir.
My kids and I just happened to watch that last night as well. It's fresh on my mind.
Yeah.
For as long as you're in the pastorate, I always want you to see people first as belonging to God.
Yes.
So you won't just treat them any kind of way. And the times when you do fail, because I failed over the years, I've made mistakes. I could have handled that better. Did that mean better? You should feel bad about it.
Yes, sir. Yeah. Yeah.
You see, so the times I feel like I've mishandled people, I've felt bad about that.
Yes, sir.
I've wept. I've repented. Some of them I've had to go back and apologize.
Yeah.
Right. I don't want to pastor in this life and not care about the people God has entrusted to me.
Jesus, yeah.
Because the scripture says for you and I, we will give an account.
Yeah.
For how we stewarded these precious gifts.
Yeah.
Right? Like, stewarding a building is one thing.
Yeah.
Stewarding a budget is one thing. Stewarding the souls of men. Yeah. We're stewarding the most valuable thing in the earth.
Jesus.
Human beings.
Sir.
Right? And I wanted to leave an impression on you to not just work and keep moving forward to the next project and work and move forward to the next project and work and move forward to the next project. No. Let's slow down and let's lean into the fact that these are real human beings we're dealing with.
Yes,
and I wanted that to be tattooed to your heart. Because what's going to happen is Gospel City is going to start. God will add, it will grow, God will bless it. And if we're not careful, growth will make you numb.
Wow.
See, there are a lot of people, growth makes them numb. Right? I don't want to be that way.
Yeah.
I don't want you to be that way.
Yes, sir.
I never want you to be that way. No, listen to me. I know we're on camera and all that.
Yeah.
I'm telling you this serious.
Yes, sir.
As your pastor, as a mentor in your life, as a brother in the faith.
Yes, sir.
No matter what God does with Gospel City,
Yes, sir.
I don't want fruitfulness or growth or success, whatever that is.
Yeah.
And we should talk about that because I redefine success.
Yes,
I
sir.
want to tell you what it is.
Yes, sir.
I don't want growth to make you numb to the fact that we're dealing with human beings.
Yes, sir.
And that is the most precious thing that God has entrusted to us. I don't want growth to make you numb to that.
Yes, sir.
Never, ever, ever,
Yes, sir.
ever let growth make you numb to people.
Yes, sir.
No matter how high you go,
Yes.
right?
Yes, sir.
Never use people as a means to it. And they are not the means to you building a kingdom for yourself.